Guys, and happy Tuesday. These are your cards for September 17th, 2019. And I set the tone for our reading today. So, our first card is patience, peaceful presence, letting go of deception. So, I was telling you that we had to be wary of someone that was close to us. I believe it was last week that was deceiving us. This could be a family member or a friend or someone that is close to your living space. So here we are being again warned about this. It's being called for a peaceful redirection. So a lot of us are being redirected. Like I told you, some of us had barriers up, and some of our rewards were being delayed. Our soulmate was being delayed. Wish fulfillment was being delayed. So the things that we have been manifesting and wishing for were delayed. So now we are seeing that, this is a peaceful redirection. We were on the wrong path. Now the universe is gently guiding us to the right path. Some of us have found our purpose in life. So this is just a gentle nudge to let us know that, like, everyone's energy with this full moon is like crazy. Even my children are being affected by it, especially my oldest. And he's most in touch with spirit. My youngest is too, but my older one seems to be, he could feel it more. And I know a lot of us are feeling urgent, like an urgent need. Like I felt that last week. I felt like coming into Thursday, Friday last week, I felt like this urgency. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to get back into that headspace because I've been in this peaceful, calm, I've basically put up barriers now, not letting people invade my peaceful space. So that's what we're called to do, is just to go with the flow with things. Remember, we had yesterday we had the ebb and flow, where the waves were crashing in onto the land and then they flow out to the ocean. So that's how these emotions come flooding into us, and our job to build up our energies to push them back out to the ocean. We do not want these feelings. We will not allow these feelings. And I was telling my oldest son he was getting into this pattern, which I also am guilty of, and I'm sure a lot of us are, where we allow the negative thoughts to enter into our mindset, or we just have that negative naysayer in our head. And I told him, when you get to those thoughts, start thanking God for all your blessings in your life. I said, I don't care if you're thankful for your toys. I said, I don't care if you're thankful for just, having a peaceful rest. I said, start counting off the things you are grateful for, because he's only 11. So his list of grateful things that he's happy with in his life is going to be different for everybody. So that's my advice. And someone else actually spoke to me about this early morning today. And I said, just start being thankful for what you have in your life. And you'll notice that your mindset and peace will come into your life, because you're not allowing that chaos to take over. Chaos thinking. Our second card is the thinking man, male of wisdom and understanding. So this could be a father figure. I was getting more of a lover when I was looking at this card. The thinking man is this in position could represent a male in authority who is not acting in our best interest. But this card reverses more about you than about someone else. So maybe it's our double-minded thinking, like, because a lot of us are double thinking ourselves, like instead of being positive, we're doubting ourselves. So this is basically like you have to listen to the calls of the universe. So you may be destined to be a therapist, teacher, writer, publisher, psychic, or healer of some sort. Your soul longs to serve in this capacity, whether professional or just in your personal life. And a lot of us are like that. A lot of us listen to our friends and to people that come into our life. And why not be that sounding board for them? Why not help people in need? Because I'll tell you one thing. When Shane passed away, not a lot of people were by my side to let me cry and let me bitch and moan. And, there's a few that were there for me. And I'm eternally grateful to them, because when you're in those situations, you need people by your side. You need a tribe by your side. And everybody needs to find their tribe. So even if someone that you don't know very well, you just listen to what they have to say. Because you know what? You might change the cycle of their life. You know what I mean? We could go veer to the left or the right. Just to listen for a couple of minutes, or just be a lending ear. Why not we be that person in someone else's life? You touch them and they can sit there and pay that forward to someone else, setting this cycle into life into a positive direction rather than a negative. So this is basically, like I was just saying, like this is basically calling us to remember in our own growth, remember in in our own situations. With me, when I do readings for people, I see things how I experience it in my life. So if I see a father figure, I see my own father. I see my father-in-law. I see male figures like that, someone strong like that. And then I know how my emotions are towards those people and how I feel about those people. So this is basically what they're saying. Remember how you were in those situations when you were calling for the universe to bring someone into your life to just listen. So that's why I'm saying, why don't, instead of, if we're continuing the negative cycle, why don't we break that cycle, be that link that breaks that cycle and start a new chain into the positive direction rather than the negative. So be that shoulder for people to cry on. This is a beautiful card. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. I love this one. We got this card last week as well, but this time in the reverse position. Self-expression and speaking your truth. And people resonate when you speak your truth. When you're honest and authentic and true to who you are and speak your truth, you're going to attract a lot more people than with fakeness, because people will see right through it. People that have been through trauma are drawn to each other, and they can identify with those feelings. They can identify with how the vibrations from your body. So if you're fake and phony, you're not going to resonate with anyone. So make sure if you are one of those people that are out there trying to be a healer of this, dark world sometimes, make sure you're being authentic, and you'll be surprised how many more people will be drawn to you. And here we go again. The cards are playing all into each other, where he was saying that something is trying to block you. Here we go again. Something's trying to block your throat chakra. And it's telling you to learn from history's past, things that have caused us to shut down. For me, shame caused me to shut down. The loss of my father caused me to shut down. And it's important now to break through the unhealthy pattern. So things that we let go when we were in this stage of grief, this stage of chaos, we have to break those patterns and realize that those no longer serve us. And that's what this full moon was about, leaving behind things that no longer serve us and go for the better. So that's why they were also causing us with all the pent up energy. That's the word I was looking for. And thank you to all the people that I follow that actually put that articulated better than I could. That all this pent up energy we have in us is to keep us moving. So get out there and, cut the grass, rake the leaves if you're at that point in your season and around where you are in the world. Just get out there, go for a walk, try to get that energy out of you and get moving. And now where I'm in Canada, we are now entering into the fall season. So we're not outside mowing the grass every third day and whatnot. So try and move your exercises inside to work off that pent off energy. Purge. Remember, we were called that this season is telling us to go inside and be more creative. So why not declutter our space and clear that aura out and start with a new energy? Get rid of things that no longer serve you. So we're also being called to muster up the courage to speak our own truth. So maybe something's been bothering you. Maybe someone has sit there and has hindered you. Maybe someone out there is blocking how you speak and come across the world, or is crossing a boundary and you're too afraid to speak up. Now is your time to clear. Ask God for the courage. Ask for Spirit for courage. You got to realize by standing up for yourself is the step in the right direction, because nobody wants to be hindered. No one wants to be stifled. Everybody has the freedom of speech, hopefully, where they are. All of us should have the freedom of speech, of faith, and love. As long as it's positive and not hurting anyone, I don't see why we should have to stifle the way we speak. I'm just saying, like, if someone is sitting there blocking who you are or putting this barrier around you, speak up. Don't have to say it rudely, but just tell them that, your actions are causing, me to feel this way. And you don't appreciate it. Again, all of our cards play into each other. Just showing you my ambiance. I love doing this. Just sets the whole tone. So happy Tuesday, guys. And keep those thoughts positive. If you get into the negative cycle, start thanking for every positive thing. Even just waking up in the morning and seeing the beautiful sun out. Be thankful. because you don't know when that could change in your life. And, tell the people around you you love them.